it's like enough
Yeah,
with the fucking humility.
Yeah.
Because
no, I don't like to be humble in that way.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, good grief, that is what's used against us. You have to be humble. You're right. You have to be humble. Well, you know what? I am humble, but let's put that on the back burner because humble is what keeps on dragging me back.
Humble, my humility is letting this wolf get all the spoils.
So when are we going to learn that we have to use all our tools in the right way, and humble is definitely one that we do not need more practice with.
I agree. No, I love that. I'm glad that you said that. And so, that being said, this is a great time to introduce yourself. Because I'm going to edit it, but I mean, put everything together. But I want to learn more about you. Thank you for that. This is a perfect demonstration of what people can expect: the welcoming, the attention, the presence that you provide when people come here to float and calm. So I'm glad that we rolled with it in that way, because that's what you're providing here is more than just floating therapy. It's a safe space in a lot of ways, and that is the amazing part. So please introduce everyone to who you are and being here on the East Side. And because I feel like the East Side also I feel like there's so many gems like yours here on the East Side, and I'm excited to be able to share.
Oh, I like being called a gem. I've never been called a gem.
You are a gem, yeah.
Oh, a gem. I think it's a gem. I'm like,
gem?
Okay, yeah.
Oh, gem.
I'll just call the recovery gem.
Okay, well, hey, all of it. We're expensive, So I like that too. But no, you're a gem. You're almost a hidden gem, and because I don't hear about you except for me knowing you, right. And I'll tell the story about how I got to know you and how interestingly connected that we already were and didn't realize it after you introduce yourself and introduce Float and Calm to everybody.
Well, my name is Lili Gutierrez, and I own Float and Calm Spa. I've owned it since July of 2019 is when we opened. So we just celebrated our 6th year.
Congratulations!
I'm like, wow. It's barely been, I would say, the past year that I'm actually proud of our space, because before then it was just such a grind. It was such a grind, and I would just be trying to come out of the trenches and say hello to people. Whereas this past year, it really bore fruit, and I was able to taste of the fruit and enjoy it. And
congratulations!
So I know what that feels like now. But we can talk about it a little later. That it was kind of taken away from me again.
Yeah.
Resilience,
that's
flexibility
right.
is okay. And so I'm just going to put it into practice. Everything that I've learned, all the skills of being flexible and being positive and being resilient, is now being put into practice once again, because the classroom never ends.
The classroom that is our lives never ends. All praises due to the Most High. But and the beauty is that that's what makes a successful business owner and entrepreneur, and just a fulfilled and successful life, is that there's always going to be things to overcome, right? So can you let everyone know what Float and Calm is?
So Float and Calm Spa is a wellness spa. We never wanted, or not that we never, and I don't know who we is. Who's we? I
know, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Well, it's because we're thinking bigger. We're seeing the bigger picture.
I always wanted it to be more of a wellness spa, because the way that it started was that I, in my 40s, was blessed up until then, did not know what anxiety was. was. I didn't know what anxiety was. I didn't know what insomnia was. I was a single mom. Well, not that I was a single mom up until then, but I got pregnant at 17. So from 17 to 32, I was a single mom. So during that time, when you are surviving, when you are just trying to put food on the table, like you don't have time to have anxiety. At least I didn't.
Yeah.
You know, because you're so, it's almost animalistic in a lot of ways.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Right. And so you're just trying to find your way. Anyways, so in my 40s, I started getting anxiety and I started having insomnia. And like you were saying, you don't sleep well. That insomnia brought a lot of openness to my mind.
Yes.
But it's still, it's still very scary when you can't sleep.
Yes.
So what
is that how your anxiety manifested too? Or the anxiety. So probably the not sleep. It was just like a
anxiety,
ball because then you couldn't sleep.
Not eating.
Which
again, I've always been, very pleasantly plump, and so that was kind of weird. I was like, wow, like, what's going on with me? I didn't know what was happening when I finally realized it was anxiety.
Okay.
So I started thinking, okay, if the apocalypse happens, I'm like, I don't want to be stuck with medication, like, because where am I going to get my medication?
That part. I mean, let's be honest. These are important questions.
And obviously now I know that I'm a visionary. I didn't know that back then.
Yeah, because you didn't know that COVID was coming up.
Yeah. Oh, no. So I was a visionary.
Yeah.
Obviously I could see something. I just didn't know where it was coming. But that anxiety was there.
That's right.
So I thought, how am I going to get...
That's so powerful. I want to put a pin in that because that was great.
Yeah. So then back, you realize, okay. So I started thinking of ways to calm my anxiety. And the two powerful ways that I found were yoga and meditation. Okay. And yoga is so funny because I grew up really in this Christian household where it was very legalistic. So we couldn't wear makeup. I couldn't listen to music.
Oh, wow.
Yoga was frowned upon. I remember always like wanting to read books. I remember wanting to read The Alchemist. I wanted to read the Celestine Prophecy, and my mom wouldn't let me. Yeah. But how funny that since I was young, I was
already there. Yeah, that's what
anyways.
I'm saying. Yeah,
so we know, right? Something in us knows. And so I started doing yoga, and that helped so much. Oh my gosh, that helped so much. And then, of course, meditation helps. Well, once I started doing that, I started reading about meditative tools. And one of them, thanks to the Joe Rogan show, was the flow therapy. He does a lot of flow therapy. And I was like, what is that? And the closest one that I found here in El Paso was in Ruidoso. Not that there wasn't some here in El Paso, but there was one in the house. I didn't want to go to that one. There was a float pod on Rojas, which we ended up getting their float. That's their float. But, but they were never open. So I'm like, So anyways, we go to Ruidoso and float. And so one day I came back and a friend of mine who's a crazy story in itself, but I won't get into it. But she wanted to open up a spa because she had a spa in Houston. She had a massage therapy. But she's more like an Asian spa. Okay. But anyway, so she's like, Lily, I want to open one in El Paso. She goes, why don't you go look around for spaces for me? And I said, yeah, of course. So I asked a realtor friend of mine, and she set up spaces for me to go look at. Well, when I came to this, I think this is the second one that I saw. My friend from Houston called me and she said, oh, never mind. I don't want to do it. So I'm kind of stuck there on the phone, and I'm like, okay, and I'm looking around, and my realtor friend's here, and the lady that was representing this case was here, and I was just like, okay. And then I remember thinking like, and I wish I had a float therapy spot here, but something like a voice said, not audible, right? But it was like, well, that's supposed to be you. And I remember like thinking about it, and I was so innocent at that time. because I never thought of opening a business. But I also was always a risk. I've always been kind of a risk taker because you have to be. You know, when you're pregnant at 17, you have to. Yeah,
you gotta,
there's
figure
something to be
stuff
scared
out.
of.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. Not realizing what I was about to create, because a business is like a baby. You give birth to an entity. You give birth to it. And then it's your job to freaking make sure that it gets everything it needs.
Develop it.
Yes.
Develop
because
it,
if not, it'll
can't
starve
expect
to
it
death.
to just. You can't. I love that, because I've heard people say that, like, business or something creative is like a baby, you know, or a business or anything. They're like a baby. But the way you described it just changed my whole thing, because my whole mindset, because a lot of times people just expect the business to do. It's just like if you expect a kid, you just expect a kid to know how to know how to eat and walk around and know how to think. And no, you have to develop it.
You have to develop it. You have to.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to put all those systems in place so that it is able to walk on its own. And until you get to it walking on its own, you have to be the not the crutch, but you have to be the mechanism to how it grows. And
that's so good.
Yeah, and I didn't realize what I was doing.
Yeah.
Thank God, because I didn't realize what I was doing, I would have probably never done it.
That part too. It's such a paradox, isn't it?
Yeah. So
you knew how much it was going to take.
If I knew back then what I know now, or at least now I know that I would have started. But ask me that a year ago.
Yeah.
You know, I would have been like, no, this is too hard, too much, too long, too whatever.
And what were you doing before this epiphany came to you, this opportunity?
So I used to work for the city. I was working at the airport. I've always been in construction, because when I was in my 20s, I used to work for the phone company, and I was a phone technician. So I would climb poles. I was just I've never been tied to any gender. So at the airport, I was a project manager for construction, because the airport does a lot of construction. So and I had to like fill out grants and things like that. So I got a lot of experience, and I loved the airport. The airport was a wonderful job. And then I went to work for the zoo for a little while, because I was stuck at the airport. Even though it was a wonderful job, the director at that time hated herself, so she obviously hated other women, and she just was not a mentor. So
that's hard.
It was
a job where you're not being mentored. It's not a good
ridiculous.
Place to be.
So I went to the zoo thinking that I would do something greater there, which I did. I got a promotion and everything, but then COVID hit, and I made a mistake. Sorry.
That's okay.
I made a mistake. I'll get it right now.
Okay.
And I made a decision to buy COVID masks with this copper recycling money. And I asked my boss, he was the director, and he said yes. But I didn't document it. And he's a white man. That matters. And so we laid off a couple, some people there, and some of those people knew what we had done, which it wasn't anything wrong. I decided it was wrong. I asked my boss. I didn't care.
Yeah.
But my boss, when they reported it to HR saying that we had like stolen money, which we didn't, because we bought COVID masks, my boss denied that he had allowed me to do it. Which again, I was like, well, what the hell? Okay. And but no, they did an investigation. I think what happened at the time is they were trying to get rid of so many people that I was just an easy reason. It was an easy excuse. So they fired me without unemployment.
See, that's horrible.
Okay. However, I had started my spa July 2019. I do have to drink some water.
Where's your boss?
Where? At the zoo?
No, the white airport guy.
No, the white guy was at the zoo. The woman was at the.
Okay. Oh, okay. Why would you get in trouble for masks? But that doesn't make sense.
Because, so what happened is they had recycled some copper, and they got money for the copper, and we use that money for masks. What should have happened is we should have reported it to accounting.
Oh, okay.
And then bought the mask.
Oh, there's a lot of there seems to be a lot of drama around around the zoo. Anyways.
Oh my God, yeah. So he's still there, and he's gotten in trouble a couple of times already.
Which, like, to your point, why should it be a couple times when it's a woman? It seems like it's a one time,
and they got rid of me. So thank God.
But it all happened.
I had started the spot July 2019. We were closed.
See, that part too, though. Yeah. That part too, because that it needed to happen for you to go all in.
So they fired me in January. I don't even think we were open yet. I don't think we could open. Yeah, we couldn't open. But I could, if they made an appointment, like I had to have the door closed, but if they had an appointment, I could let them in.
Oh, okay.
So I was here. Not once, Michelle, even without unemployment, not once during that time did I not ever pay any of my bills. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to tell you how good God is and how good is the universe, that I was like, what is going on? It was like I was just, like you said, right? You're constantly held and supported. And it was very, very strange. I look back now and I'm like, how did I don't know how I did it. It's weird.
It's a blessing. And it's a necessary blessing.
It was a necessary blessing because I was able to be the front desk. I was able, people like to see the owner and physicist.
Yeah, that too.
And of course I was able to preach my message of wellness.
Yes.
And so yeah, it was a huge blessing, and thank God for copper and COVID masks.
Yeah. And it's so interesting that you say that too, because that's kind of what happened to me about a month ago, like just with my shift in the job, and it was not of any fault of my own either. And but it was sudden, like leaving the job and and having to go to unemployment, and then figuring out like what is my next move, like what is my next move going to be. And I love that, like you're saying, that you were supported and that you had already put these things in place. Now, had this happened in reverse, you probably wouldn't have opened the business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't have opened it because it would have been hard, almost impossible to, just with loans and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's what happened with me too, because I just got my new car, and I had just invested in working with artist development with Roger Argenis of Soundstage 9, and he just won a Grammy this year. And I had just invested in that. But if it would have happened, if I would have lost the job before, I wouldn't have done that. So it's so interesting how those things, and I mean, it was almost immediately after.
Oh, yeah.
A week. It was within a week.
Crazy.
I was not expecting that.
Well, the same thing's just happening right now. So right now again. So fast forward to now, our business is doing very, very regular work because we started taking veteran benefits and we started taking insurance. So the veteran benefits, we're paying $114 per hour massage. So oh man, that's when I said I started feeling that return on all that hard work, and I didn't have to work as hard anymore. But come July 15th, the government slashed our prices, or slashed our payments to $89, meaning that I am now making $1,000 a week less than I was as of July 15th.
And this is because how many, what services were you providing to the veterans?
We are still providing.
And still providing?
Massage therapy.
Okay. And then these are also services that obviously are available to the general public as well. And then, you have massage therapists that outside of yourself that work here too?
Oh yeah, we have I don't even know right now. It's 7 massage therapists. Yeah.
Wow. So that really takes a big effect.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. It's so huge that I feel like my mind can't wrap itself around it because it's so huge
and so recent.
We're not even a month in yet. But what happens I think it was, right before July 15th. I don't even remember. I don't even know where I'm at right now. But I said, well, I'm going to open up a second one because it was going so well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. So I went and found a space. It's going to be more central because everybody keeps telling me, why don't you open one on the west side? I'm just not ready to go to the west side right now. And what I've learned from this spot is that I really am able to kind of just cater to the services that actually get booked a lot.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I wanted to move forward with the second spot. Okay. So it's not gonna be floating calm, it's gonna be cool and calm. So we're gonna have massage therapy and a cold plunge and a sauna.
Oh, cold plunge, fun.
Yeah, we're not gonna have the
float
therapy.
Cool.
We're not gonna have the facials.
Yeah. I love the cold plunge.
Oh gosh,
idea.
I love it.
You already have it, right?
I have to show it to you.
Is it already
beautiful.
up or what?
It's beautiful.
Are you open?
Yeah.
You're open over there?
Yeah. Oh, over there? No. I'm saying we have a cold plunge here.
You have a cold plunge here?
It's beautiful.
I did not know that. Okay, we need to do that. I need to come and do one.
Oh, you should do one. Yes.
We can show everybody.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Oh my God, that's cool. Yeah. And we'll see. We'll go around and see it too. I mean, it's probably not full right now, but
yeah, it is.
Oh, it is. It stays.
Yeah, it stays full. Yeah. I lost track of my.
So you were saying that the same thing kind of happened because.
So I said I'm going to open up my second one. Did the numbers. Of course, I'm great. And then this happens.
And you had already signed the deal.
I had not signed the lease yet, but I had already talked to the guy. We had already agreed on a price. We had already looked at construct. Like how we were gonna build it out because it's a vanilla shower right now.
Yeah.
So I wasn't deep enough to where I couldn't have said no, but there is something in me that is not telling me no.
Yeah.
In fact, I feel excited about it. I feel very happy about it.
Yes.
So that, right? Because because I know this didn't happen to me before I became a business owner. You start having to trust your intuition. You start having to listen to your gut.
Yes.
You have to. I'm not saying to fully, just go there because you still have to do the mental things.
Yeah.
But you have to listen to all of it.
It's different than listening to your intuition is different than being impulsive.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
So.
And so
impulsive is ignoring all the red flags and then jumping where there's no water.
Yeah.
No.
Or just, like I was alluding to earlier, just wanting to be, and that's kind of what I was getting at earlier when I was saying earlier that when I was saying that I just feel like people should just do what I want. It's like it's like trying to control things instead of moving with alignment. Moving with intention and seeking that alignment that it sounds like you're feeling with your your opening of Cool and Calm now.
Yeah. And I think the reason that I'm able to see so much further now is because I really work on trying to I like the word compartmentalization. I refuse to have compartments in my being. If I have trauma, I will look at it. If I have things that are being delusional, like if I'm not looking at reality in a certain way, I'm going to stare it right in the face. If you ask me a question, I will be as honest as I can with you. I'm not going to succumb to white lies anymore. That compartmentalization, all it does is take energy from you. Yeah. Because it takes energy to sustain those boxes.
To remember, to try to hold it all together.
Yeah. So once you have that energy freed up, you're able now to see things so much clearly. That's why when you say that, people can walk in here and feel that safety. And the reason for that is because I am going to see you. Because I can see myself, right? I can also see you. I can see you for who you are. I can see you for the divine goddess that you are walking in here, even though you can't see it. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying other people, right? Yes. So the people that come in here are veterans that need a lot of help and a lot of work, and they're hurting. Well, they have been compartmentalized for a very long time.
Yes, they have.
Because when you're in the military, they tell you to ignore the pain. They tell you to ignore your intuition, right? Because it's about following orders. So when they get back to the real world, oh my God, not only are they stuck physically, they're stuck mentally, they're stuck spiritually, they're stuck everything.
Yeah.
So all that is just, movement is very, very unnatural to them. So I see that.
Yeah. I see it in my mom, and she didn't even do combat, but she just did military, and still
it's so hard, and I'm sure it's very scary, you know. So, but I see them, I see their soul, I see who they are, and it's a pleasure, it's an honor to work on people because I know who they are.
And so,
anyways,
I love that. I that's so important. Because what that illustrates or what it shows me is why you are excited about opening a new spot, even though
because I feel like the same thing kind of with there's like almost like this parallel, right? Because you start seeing parallels everywhere, and I see the parallel right now, how it almost mimics when I opened up that other spot and I was in that horrible COVID time. I feel the same type of way where I'm like, oh, I'm facing this challenge, but it's going to clear up again. It will clear up again. And that's going to be exciting to see what that clearing looks like.
Yeah. So, I love that.
So right now, I know I just have to put in the work.
It's just an everyday, just do the thing.
Do the work, get in there in the trenches again, which is fine. I'm very, very at home in the trenches. Yeah. I've been my whole life, right? So I'm very excited. I'm very excited because I think there's definitely there's something in the horizon, and I can feel it. I don't know what it is yet, but it's very exciting.
The unknown, the unknown, the journey through the unknown is such a scary thing. But for a lot of us, and this is something I had to realize too, but I feel like, and for a lot of people that watch probably, the known is just so boring. Like we know, the known is boring. Like, yes, we could go with the known, but for the type of people that I want to inspire and attract are people who know that going down the wrong paths as far as anything that's going to be hurtful or harmful to yourself, or like addictions and just everything that's not you expanding and being your best self is harmful to you. I mean, just on a basic level, but not following not trusting yourself, not following your intuition or your creativity or what's possible for you. Those type, not going in going in the direction of what should be much more scary.
Well,
than the unknown.
I know what you're saying.
Ultimately.
But I will give you this perspective, right? Is that everybody, no matter what level you're on, you're still, what looks unscary to you over here, to that person living on that dimension is scary. Does that make sense? So like, since you're living up here, right, you're going through some crazy unknowns. You're doing things that are beyond what others would even dream of. But that does not diminish the path, and I'm not saying that you're trying to diminish it.
Right.
I'm just saying a perspective.
Sure, no,
the perspective that they have, right?
I feel you.
Yeah. To you, it doesn't look like they're going through an unknown. To you, it doesn't look risky. To you, it doesn't look scary because you're like, come on, just get out of bed,
Right.
But to them, it's as big of a risk or as big of a challenge,
perceived
as it is to someone living on a different level.
I agree.
And I think that's where, again, right, where we can step back and just stay in our energy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to give energy to anyone else. We really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to, but only from your overflow.
Yeah.
Only from your overflow.
Yes.
Because if you're not giving from your overflow, then you're depleting yourself. And if you are not giving to yourself the quality, the best of your best, how dare us tell anyone else to give it?
Period. That part. All day. And that is the big lesson for me in this moment, is like, you know, in all the energy that I have, or all the ideas, you know, like we were talking about earlier, you know, all of my, you know, why wouldn't they want to do this? This is such a great idea. Well, I need to be giving that to my own self and to my own passions. And I believe what's happened now, and what is happening, and I'm seeing this, it's very interesting. Now that I do that, now that I do step back and go, look, I'm gonna make music. That's like my number one thing. And I have found myself back on that, you know, where we started earlier, where I was saying that I wanted to make this meditation music to heal people. I'm there again, now working with a Grammy award-winning business person who knows how to make things successful in that way. Now having tools that I didn't have, that did not exist back then, where I can plug my music in, prompt the style, and have a song come out in minutes.
Amazing.
It's absolutely insane. And of course, you know, I could get bogged down with the negative sides of it, but there's no point in doing that. So I'm just seeing that, I'm saying that this is a chance to get my bigger message of unity out with the tool. Now God has created the tools. I mean, the tools have been created, you know, I'm sure it's arguable who created the tools, but there are people that have a different idea about it.
Right there, get that message out, right?
Yeah.
And I think so many times we think we have to get a message out. And for me now, it's become, I live that message. I am the message. I don't have to tell you anything. If you want to hear what I have to say, ask me. I'm an open book. But otherwise, I am going to live that message, and you can watch me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that takes no energy from me, because I'm just doing me.
Yes. I believe that it's this in the same vein, but it's are you familiar with oh man, no, of course the word would slip me. I can't remember the name of it, but they're like, it's not the Gene Keys. I don't know if you ever heard of the Gene Keys. Okay, it starts with an H. But anyways, it's just like they just say that, like, it's kind of like like they take your numerology and then they figure out that, like, you're, you know, are you a manifester? Are you a generator? Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of any of that?
No, but I mean, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. It's all the same thing. Like, so in this, and I'll put it up here because I'm drawing a blank right now, but like, depending on when you were born and all that, like, you're either a manifester, which means that, yeah, you just manifest things quickly. You're a generator, which means that you generate energy. So it's not so much about, like, acting on stuff as it is that you are more grounded and you bring in the energy. And then there's manifesting, generator, blah, blah, blah. Well, I had found out that I'm a generator, but everyone, of course, wants to be a manifester, you think, you know, but really no. And there is a clear difference. It's almost like masculine and feminine energy a little bit, because, you know, like they say, if you're in your masculine, you're more you're kind of more, you're kind of moving from a more sacred place, but really divine place if you're masculine. And then if you're in your feminine, you're in a more sacred place. And the way that I see that is that because the woman is the earth, you know, the woman, Mother Earth, you know, we are the creators, you know, that literally the manifestation, we've realized the manifestation in a sense, you know, so it's sacred. And the divine is more of the thoughts. It's more of the ethereal creation. It's more the ethereal, whereas the sacred is more of the ritual. It's more of the actual tangible. Mm-hmm. So, which I find to be extremely interesting. Anyways, when you think about stuff like that. So, so like what you're saying, to your point, what I've realized is that me living my manifestation by just being is taking the message for the real message is actually coming further. It's not from me trying to affect it. It's just from the shining. It's kind of like when Jesus said, if I be lifted up, I'll draw everyone unto me. So he's saying with Jesus is saying that I'm not going to go get everyone, just lift me up and I'll draw everything in, so that is that's what I'm learning is that, yes, that is the most powerful way to give your message is to be the message, is to be, and that's how it should always have been. And so,
and there's no judgment in any of it. It's more just like, to harness that energy,
yes,
and to keep your energy.
Important.
Yeah, just to keep your energy, because if you're just giving it out, then you keep wondering, oh gosh, what am I doing wrong? Why do I feel so depleted or whatever? Yeah, and it's like because you have been taught to give your energy away.
And I love how you said earlier, like especially as us women, and especially as Black and brown women.
Oh my God.
It's like serve,
give it away, because it's so not valuable,
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like,
but
no, it's very valuable, and
it's everything.
I will create universes with this power.
That's right. Oof. That's
so
true. I mean, we have. I mean, when you think about the history of everything that's been built, it's been the Black and brown woman.
Well, the Black woman, I mean, I revere her so much because the things that Black women have been through, I can learn very much from them. And I don't know, they've just been I don't even know, like they've been through everything. So I can't imagine what that has cultivated in your genes, in your DNA, all that survivorship, all that, again, the what's the, I can't think of the word, I just lost the word that I've been saying it all this time. Resilience, the resilience, the strength, the groundedness, like you said. The Black woman has had to cultivate everything in order to be here and to be thriving. Because not only is there blockages to Black women, it's even more stepping on them. So it's not even a wall, it's a constant, but the Black woman is still thriving. How do you do that? How do you do that in the face of constant dirt being, or you know what I mean, those walls being thrown on you? How do you do that? How do you guys do that? You know what I mean? It's amazing. It's again, I don't understand how you guys do that, but you do, and it's amazing.
Thank you for saying that. And the truth is that again, before my dark night of the soul journey, I was the person that said, and that's why I think I feel that I was made to go through this whole thing, because this whole process of becoming, because it's more when we're stepping into our power that we experience it. It's very easy to just go along with every program and have the door open for you, and this is not just my experience too, and I'm sure you understand obviously that too, but as a Black woman, when you do begin to, when I began to unplug, and when I began to step into my own personal power and be like, and question things and to know to understand that I have something powerful to share and to say, and it doesn't go with what other people are doing. That has completely shifted my understanding of, oh, whoa, it's not so easy. It's very easy when my energy is for you. Yeah. When I'm giving my energy to you, oh, everybody loves it. Oh yeah, of course they're gonna welcome me in with open arms. But when I'm like, but there's a better way to do this, or, and then I start flexing my wisdom and start offering my perspective, all of a sudden, it's not so, all of a sudden it's not so welcome. All of a sudden it's not, all of a sudden there are doors slammed in my face, and I am overlooked, and I have had, I've had a lot of people be very intimidated of me, and I've been literally kicked out of communities for no great reason besides that I was great and that everybody liked me. And that's and I could not understand it, and it kept happening. And here's the thing, I wasn't just kicked out of communities, and I think this is very important. I was elevated in those communities. I was requested to step into leadership positions in those communities and then outed. It's not like it's crazy, because it's like they wanted me for that energy, but then they felt threatened once they positioned me there, which I find very interesting.
It's very interesting.
And that is a Black woman experience, I believe.
I can see it. I don't know if not that I don't know, but I haven't experienced it, obviously, because I'm not a Black woman, but I can taste it because I am a Mexican woman.
Yeah.
But fully, and again, the genetic, the DNA, the memory of the DNA and the genetics, I don't have that either, right? I might have some of it, right? Because I'm sure there's mixed, but I just honestly, like, I'm in awe. Like, I wish I could like get you like a book and just like read everything, because the things that I could learn from you, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I'm glad that you said that, and that's the work I'm doing, is learning from myself, is reading my book and spending more time with my mom and getting to understand her, and by understanding her, I just mean being in her presence. Sure. Just like you said, sometimes we think we need to get certain information, and really the best thing we can do is just be there, is just be present, and that's what I've been doing with her, is just spending more time with her and being grateful for her, because it definitely wasn't easy for her.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And then my grandma came from Panama, so she came here to America, worked for people in New York to save money to send for my mom, and so like all of that stuff is just, and so I have, of course, a healthy respect for immigrants.
We all should.
And we all should, because we're all immigrants, and there's some immigrants that we should have a healthy disrespect for that we don't. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I could talk to you all day, and because I appreciate this, but I want to just quickly say before we wrap up this conversation that I'm so excited, because I did not know about the cold plunge. So let's just run down quickly what all the services that you provide here at Flow and Calm, and then what you'll be providing at Cool and Spa. Cool and Calm. Okay.
Cool and Calm.
Okay.
Cool and Calm Wellness.
Flow and Calm, and then Flow and Calm Wellness Spa here on the east side, and then Cool and Calm.
It's going to be on North Loop. Yeah, it's going to be on North Loop, like right where Silla Vista is, like across the.
Awesome!
Great. Like with community colleges.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good.
So we have we are the home, and I'm very proud of this. We are the home of the all-inclusive massage. You will never pay any upcharges for any of your massages. So what that means is that you can have deep tissue, Swedish, hot stones, aromatherapy, hot and cold therapy in your massage. As long as it fits within the hour, we will do if it's necessary for your body. So very tailored massages here.
Oh, that's wonderful. Does the client decide, or does the
it's a
massage
partnership? Yeah.
Okay, so the massage, if the masseuse is like, you know what, you can
massage
use
therapist
this, or massage therapist, what's the difference?
Masseuse is more like stewardess, flight attendant. It's just an old.
Oh, okay, masseur. I thought I was being. Sorry guys, I thought I was being hip. I'm old school. Okay, so massage therapist. Okay, so the massage therapist might say, hey, you know, I'm feeling some tension here. We should take this approach, and then okay. But
or
then also
the client says, I really want to have hot stones. Yes,
we'll do okay, it, cool.
And then I know.
Yeah.
Proud of that. I'm very proud of that. And so then we have facials with Glymed Plus products, which are clinical grade products. When you come get a facial here, you are going to get the best of the best products. And I have been using these products for like a year and a half now. Whereas before I I didn't give a rat's whatever about my skincare, and now I do, and I see the difference. I'm going to be 56 this month. And I'm sorry, but
girl, no way!
I think my skin is looking great.
Yes, you look amazing. Okay, so what is it called? It's called
Glymed Plus.
Okay,
so those are the products that we use. But our facial, we have facials here, and then we also have float therapy.
Okay,
which is a tank that is filled with Epsom salt, with 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt. So you float automatically. A lot of people say, "I'm not going to float." You will float. And Epsom salts are just very good for pain relief, detox, and again, it's a meditative tool. So a lot of people feel like they fall asleep, but you're really in a deep relaxation, or maybe you fall asleep. I don't know. Yeah. We also have infrared sauna, and then we also have our hot and cold room, which is the cold plunge, and the sauna in there is a Swedish sauna. So it's one of those saunas where you put the water on the rocks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you get that steam.
You get the steam
and
too.
It goes up to 190 degrees, and it's fantastic.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
that sounds great.
Do it at least once a week.
Okay, so you kind of alternate
the contrast therapy.
Okay,
so you'll be like 3 minutes in the cold plunge, and then what I do is the rest of the time I'm in the sauna. He gets back in there. I don't.
Okay, but you have the option of getting back in the cold plunge.
So you get 45 minutes in that room.
Oh, okay.
And you can do whatever.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, great. How much is that?
So it is a $25 intro price, but $35 for regular price, or we do have packages that you can buy 5 for savings.
Oh, okay. And that's for $35 for the 45 minutes. Oh, that's great. That's so affordable.
I know. It's a great price.
Oh my goodness.
And we do have packages too.
I'm coming. And then you have packages
for like massage and the cold cleanse.
Oh, okay. To where you're gonna mix and match them. And then do you have any monthly memberships?
I don't. And the reason for that is simply because our booking systems will not keep up with memberships. So we had a hard time with them. So we used to have memberships, but now I haven't figured out how to keep up with them. So that's why we now sell bundles. So if you want to buy a 5-pack of massages, it's a cheaper price.
Oh, okay. So that's gotcha. So someone just may do that, and then it's similar to. Could be similar to a membership. Yeah, just because. Okay,
and you're not locked into any contract. So
you can. So if you don't make it that month, you can still extend it to the next month. It's not like it's just like you're going to get charged again. Exactly. So there's a good there's good utility in having it done that way. Yeah. Okay, great. Okay, and what are your hours of operation?
We're open from Tuesday to Saturday, 9:30 to 6, and then Sundays 11 to 6, and then we're closed on Mondays. Now sometimes we do close a little early, like on Saturday and Sunday, if we don't have any more schedules, because we don't take walk-ins. So we'll close early sometimes in those days. But those are our hours.
Okay, and people can book up to the day before, maybe?
Yes, they can book up to the day before. You can even call that day to see if we have availability. But walk-ins we normally don't.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great.
We're not normally, we don't take walk-ins.
Okay, no walk-ins. So make sure that you call. We're going to put all of Float and Calm and Lily's information in the show notes, so how you can get in touch with her. You're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, you're on Facebook. Anywhere else?
I think I have an account on Twitter, but I never post anything on it. Or X.
Okay, yeah, X, yeah. And then and we need to get you on LinkedIn as well.
I'm in LinkedIn too.
Oh, you are on LinkedIn? Oh, okay, well, I'll find you on LinkedIn. Okay, perfect. Okay, and oh yeah, and I meant to say this because I think that this is just such a beautiful full circle moment, and thank you for having me here. And okay, so I found out about Float and Calm because I wanted to find a float, a chamber.
Float therapy. Yeah.
Float therapy.
Float
tank. Okay, I want to find a float tank because I'm very into meditation, and I was a lot more back then when I met you, which I believe was in 2021. And I'm much more into meditation again now because life happened and I kind of got away from doing as much meditation as I know I need again. But I had found this place and I made an appointment. Wait, did I do it back? I can't remember if I found you first and then I think so. I think we came here first. Mm-hmm. I came here first and I did the meditation, the float tank, and I loved it. I was like, this is so great. Mm-hmm. And then I decided I was going to do I was going to offer like a sales coaching thing, right, to people in this area, because I was trying to figure out what I could do, what am I going to do to how can I share my gifts and make money with it, that was the thing. And so I called here and I was like, hey, I came and visited before, but I wanted to tell I am teaching this course, or I can't even remember what I said, but I talked to you on the phone and you were so nice and you were like, well, sure, I'll hear what you have to say, I'd like to learn whatever. And I'm like, okay, great. And so I came, and then when I came to talk to you, it comes to find out that, okay, and this is actually really important. This is why I'm saying this. This is so important that I'm going to clip this part and say it on its own. Because Lili turned out to be the sister of one of my sister's best friends.
Hi, Nora.
Hi, Nora. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, Tanya.
Let me tell you why that's important, okay? And even saying it to you again, because I should have known about you. How did I not know about you being my sister's best friend's sister? Mm-hmm. So that lets us know that there's so much more promoting and conversation and about what we do, and making sure that we intentionally let our family. I mean, I don't know. I haven't solved the problem, but I should have known that. I just felt like I should have known you already.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But ultimately, not to solve that particular specific issue, but it's just letting you know that you're never talking about what you do too much. I mean, I know we talked about that, doing it and telling people, and you're not doing it too much. You're not putting out too much content, because
you're not overexposing people.
You're not overexposing people,
which is what we get scared about. Right?
We get scared about that, and it's like, no, we should be talking more and more and more, because then. But now I didn't ask my sister, do you know anywhere? Because I just wouldn't have even dreamed that my sister would know somebody who had a sister that was in this space.
Sure.
So, but it, like I said, it's a thought. It's like people, not everyone does not know what you do. Everyone does not know who you are, and you can't really talk or promote yourself enough. It is actually better for you to get on people's nerves, if it's going to help them know what you do, than it is for you to be worried about irritating people. Because here's the truth. The truth is that when we are speaking our truth, and that's the thing, and that's that's the paradox. My friend and ex-boyfriend, what do you call it? it's like the holy paradox, because it's like you know, we do want to be, but we want to be, and we still can't be worried about making sure that people, that especially when we're in business, we have to let people know. Like, we have to, you know what I mean? Like, that is, but it's the way we do it that makes the difference, you know? So like, we don't want to be sleazy car salesman. You know, we don't want to have that sleazy car salesman vibe. But if I do sell cars, I want everyone to know that not only can I sell you the car, but I'm going to make sure that I do it ethically. I'm going to make sure, you know, you can trust me to do it right. Because if my sister's friend goes and gets a car somewhere else and it really messes them up, I'm going to be like, I should have probably told them that I couldn't do that for them. You know, that I could get them a car and they can trust me, you know? So it is just figuring out that balance ultimately. But I just thought that was a cool story. And I also think it's a cool story because we have been connected ever since. And it's so cool that like our sisters know each other, and I've been able to watch your growth and get services from you, and you are amazing.
And I watch your growth too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, and it's a blessing. It's a gift. And on the even deeper level, like how we can impact our community is a gift. And that's why I wanted to bring you onto the program, because I want people on the East Side to know like who is available here, what is available here. You don't have to go all the way to the West Side. You don't even have to go, even in this space, you don't have to necessarily go all the way to Horizon. But if you're on the West Side, you can come to the East Side and you can get a unique experience by someone who I look up to and I appreciate, and I'm excited because I'm about to book my cold plunge too. So, so thank you so much for everything. Thank you for doing the work and being here for us. And I'm excited to see you grow. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming here, and thank you for all your work.
Thank you. You're welcome.